Hey guys, this is Fernando doing another video for the More Survivalists. This case continuing with the previous videos that I've been doing. A tree fell down in my backyard, 20-foot tall tree. Had to cut it down to smaller pieces and took advantage of the opportunity to use some of the different tools that I usually show and review for you guys. So for the bigger tasks, I had the big knives that I've talked about in the previous videos. Then I thought it would be a nice moment to actually try the different saws. I have used these saws, of course, in different times, quite a bit actually, and I know that this is an excellent saw. The saw in the Leatherman charge and wave tools, this saw is actually excellent. It's pretty good. It's pretty good for the size. But since I had this big tree to take care of, I started using it in some of the branches. For bigger branches, I mean, a branch that is this big, you're kind of out of your league with this little blade, with this little saw here. You actually need to have a little bit of movement space, and you know, especially when it's a tree like in this case where it's not a perfectly comfortable piece of wood you're testing it on, and the different branches have bend to one side to the other, and the weight kind of presses the blade and makes it harder for you to use. Actually, there's a little bit of a wobble there in this saw. I'll have to tighten it up a little bit there, because yeah, there's a little bit of play in there. Wouldn't be a surprise after so many years of use. It's no big deal, just tightening it up. That would be, yeah. But going back to what I was saying before, you can cut, for example, something like this, which is the kind of use that I've put it through, making a couple of slingshots for my kids. I'm gonna be letting these dry up a little bit, then making a couple of slingshots. Nice little project for the kids. Something like this is within the capabilities, but again, when it's a live tree which has the branches bending and all that, it is a little bit more challenging. Wave charge, excellent saws. This is the GAC Swiss Army knife that I've shown in previous videos. The problem here in this case is that the saw is quite thick. I don't know if you get to appreciate this. Let me change the modes here for a second. Start getting it done. Yeah, here it is. So you see how thick this saw is, and let's compare it to the other one. A thinner saw is gonna be working better through the material you're cutting. So yes, in this case it is a little bit more sturdier. You have even less, you see that? You have even less actual liner surface to use. So you're going to be cutting smaller branches with this saw and the GAC knife. It is pretty similar, but I think that it's slightly better made, basically because of that, because of the thickness. But it does work well. Just that little detail. A thicker saw is slightly more difficult to use than a thinner one. Then the nice surprise, guys, was this one, the Leatherman Sidekick. Man, what a nice little saw. This saw did work very, very well, as well as the one in the Leatherman Charge and the TTI. But you know, with the slight difference that this one is a $100 tool and this one costs like $30, give or take. So you basically have almost the same saw, and actually you almost have the same, yeah, almost the same length of a saw in both cases. Those teeth are pretty much the same thing, pretty much the same thickness as well. Yeah. So yeah, no surprise, it did work very, very well as the one in my Charge TTI. I've said it when I first reviewed this tool, when I first reviewed the Leatherman Sidekick. It's an excellent tool. It's a huge bargain because you get a ton of multi-tool for very little money, and absolutely worth it. The saw is great, the blade is more than capable, the pliers are good and spring-loaded. So yeah, definitely does pass the after use report in this case. Guys, take care as always. Consider subscribing. Have a great day. See you on our next video.